Since I was talking about my idea of understanding that everything is revolving around first thing that I exist, therefore I am, as long as I am able to speak my thought process with clarity and say to the world whether it has been accepted or rejected, that is fine, absolutely no problem. This is based on your existence first. You have to respect that existence, how you want to make your existence in a better way, in a neutral way. That is what I have been telling, that you should love yourself. If you torture your body, or if you get into depression, or you get into emotional part, you have to be a rational thinker. That is what I was trying to tell you. Because otherwise, if all those societal distractions are there, then and some imposition is there, people are going to talk about many things. My idea is very simple, that you analyze everything. I've been telling that my idea of understanding based on two things: dialectical thought process, and another is chaos theory. So this is full of idea. I'll talk about the chaos theory. Chaos theory, sometimes this chaos terminology, it's a English terminology. If you see chaos mean in a kind of a chaotic conditions, is a disorder conditions, probably you might be feeling. But for an intellectual person, a person is holding certain idea, they do not see chaos in a chaos form. They see it, there is a symmetry in chaos also. This theory is came from in 1917. So through mathematics, a Professor Edwin Norton in 1917 coined this terminology, or coined this idea, chaos theory. While he's basically mathematician, while he was trying to analyze the environment and the calamities or different conditions like wind speed, wind direction, solar radiation, lot of windfall, windstorm, and all those things, whatever is coming, he's trying to mathematically do something. And he found that in nature, all those environmental factors, there is a chaos. What you feel, it is not chaos. Whatever adverse conditions happen, it tries to settle down or brings down. And he proposed that there is a kind of equilibriums are there. Those equilibriums has taken into consideration. He has proposed chaos theory in his understanding of environment. Friends, I have been talking about whatever things are happening or whatever things happened and what is going to come for another years. It is, you can predict or you can understand, but you cannot direct channelize those kind of thing, the whole nature, probably in a way. Probably some alert can be given that based on certain fundamentals, that if you are exercising, let's say, excessive pollutants in the environment, what are the impacts? So for that, whatever precautions are required, again, those things are not 100% correct. Sometimes you might be thinking, but something different might be happening, all those things. Your chaos theory is also talking about the whole lot of things, talking about the environment, environmental issues, and other parameters, and tries to draw a mathematical formulation. Similar way, this chaos theory can be used for the society. Even if you see, this chaos theory is again coming in 1937, 38. The Hegel started from Hegel and Karl Marx. This dialectical thought process is a kind of a derivation from chaos theory. So those derivations are based on qualitative or quantitative analysis of the society or vice versa. sorry, sorry, let me have water. Law of interpretation and law of negation of negations. So your interpretation of there are three principles that is taken by Hegel in 1940. This has been proposed. So before that, that concept was there. Both Karl Marx and Hegel they have proposed, and on that basis, the fundamental things are questioning, asking question, debate, dialectically thinking all those things, trying to understand the opposite view and trying to push whether bad or good, those kind of analytical rational thinking that is coming to the picture. Simply not believing anything, right? That is what believing something. Probably if you believe it, it's a kind of a theory and hypothesis. Again, theories, if it is not countered by somebody, then it becomes hypothesis. Those ideas, like there are many theories. In certain point in time, it was believed that this is fact, and it is overruled and scientifically has proven. Similar way, dialectical thought process. Your mind, you exercise your mind, and in that mind, probably you think which one is bad, which one is good, putting some science, putting some logic, all those things, and your derivation of all kind of philosophy of whatever. See, either if you take about the Hinduism or Buddhism, the philosophy of Marxism, sometimes people might say that Marxism is a political philosophy or it's a philosophy. Okay, it is applied for the society. At the end of the day, where you to apply it? You want to apply in the society also, whichever way see. So if we say Einstein theory is applied for the society, so shall I take is a science theory or a philosophy one can think of, even Newton's. So for that matter, probably once you think it, friends, what I'm trying to tell over here, my fundamental things and understandings are very, very simple, based on dialectical thought process and chaos theory. It gives you the power of more reasoning, more bargaining power for your mind. So to decide at the end of the day which one is bad or which one is good, finally you decide. So it is going to help you building the career, buildings in order to understanding others, understanding the society. More reasoning power you have, more rational thought power you have, more dialectically you analyze all those things, more apply your chaos theory. Even I told you chaos theory, from chaos theory that is in 1970s, Hegel is coming 1940. So science, this gentleman was a pure mathematician. Now Hegel is you say it's a philosopher probably. Never mind, even Karl Marx is a philosopher or political philosopher, whichever way you want to say it, say it. I told you it is against society. Whether this same theory applied for the animal, birds, or living world, or for the human beings, same rationality probably if you want to apply. Choice is with individual, but there are many theories. I talked about the emotions, like emotions mean auction theory. Emotions was there very much. Everybody is holding emotions. Now somebody has coined this terminology, auction theory, been applied, maybe somebody is getting Nobel Prize, but emotion was there much before 1918. So there are a lot of emotional things that happened 5,000, 10,000 years back. Probably nobody has written about all those things, but somebody is getting Nobel Prize because you have put the auction theory for a specific application, for a better bargaining power of getting good price in tendering or selling your product or selling your ideas. That is a kind of a thing. Probably it's a matter of debate that can be taken into consideration, whether those are real ideas, natural ideas. So those ideas, again, for the nature, I am talking about whole lot of things about dialectical thought process, chaos theory, all those things. This is already there. Now a person can be separated from two things. I told about the whole lot of things. All kind of physics, your Newton or Einstein, Heisenberg, Max Planck, all those great scientists, whoever have come from, they have come from a philosophy of chaos or dialectical thought process they have derived. Until or unless you have philosophy to understand whole lot of things, you are not able to do any justice for your ideas, because they don't see matter as a matter. So I am going to come my introductory part of my presentation. Probably I will take in a two part. One is this idea has influence like anything. Any science, or if you are doing any rational thinking you are doing, until or unless you are analyzing, I am 100% sure this all those physics philosophy is based on all chaos theory, because Einstein is coming after that. All those Heisenberg, Marx, Planck, all those things, scientist, philosopher, whatever you say, they're based on ideas. So that time, no microscope, nothing. There is not much of scientific. It is, if you have a science of your rational thinking, that is your this beautiful head with so beautiful hairs, two beautiful eyes, a big nose, and a wisdom to think there is a big hard disk to processor, and this is a good HMB or Bose speaker. You can see nicely those things are coming out. People are buying good Bose speaker. Bose is telling that I want to hide my speaker in some places. If you want to be able to find it out where I have kept my speaker, I am going to give you $1,000 kind of thing. Those things are there, but please exercise. That is a beautiful vocal speaker, a good speaker. It's a movable speaker. As long as you walk on this mother earth, till the speaker, it cannot replace, by Bose cannot replace it for that matter. Friends, what I want to tell you are all those great scientists, great Nobel laureates, or whatever you say it, great minds, the astrophysicists, everybody, they have come from this philosophy, all from their mind. This is a beautiful lab, and we are not exercising. The day you exercise it, your wisdom will be clear, your idea of life, idea of science and technology, everything will be very, very clear. It is not necessarily that you should go to a lab and do all kind of instrument. All instrument, they are all fundamentally your PCR machine and all those are. Please go back and understand how PCR machine is developed with a very funny and fundamental idea, and coming from physics again. So, friends, there are many things to talk about the idea exercising knowledge and wisdom by using chaos theory and dialectical thought process. If you want to be self-sustainable in life, probably you need to go back and do all exercise. There are, you can close your eyes, you can see world, you can do a lot of great science, and you can develop good theories at the end of the day. Lab is there, no problem, but you try to apply those things in modern day. That is what it is very much required. Those fundamental things probably you need to apply for your day-to-day basis life, and on that basis I am going to analyze my poetry, my poetic thought, my idea of many things probably in my presentation. Those presentation probably I'll take off my second lecture. That second lecture will be dealing with all sort of things, and the idea of telling all those things are very, very essentially talk about my idea to young generations. Probably they're not getting the right direction for their life. I also live in the society. I have a family to also run. I need to take care of their future. I need to see that how fundamentally they are also holding some philosophy, whether those philosophies are good or bad, because they are, I talk about my father, my wife, they are well qualified, and they are holding also certain posts, certain responsibilities. They are very much conscious about what they are doing. My analysis is not to criticize them in order to understand the philosophy what they are holding, whether they are doing science or whether doing anything for the society. For that matter, my daughter, so she has a long career to go. Similar way, like a middle class family, everybody is thinking in that direction. Probably, I always say, probably you need to bring charity at home rather than doing many things. I am not here to do all kind of social things. My idea, I am telling you, if somebody is not convinced with those ideas, if they found it is a dumb idea, it is their wisdom, let them throw it into garbage, no problem. So, but what I personally feel that since I am living, I am surviving, and I am not dependent on anybody for that matter. I 24/7, I have my own freedom, I have my own exercise, I don't care about anything that what I do, what I don't do. I don't ask money from anybody. I wish, even if I walk for 10 minutes, that's why I talked about many issues, the big brains probably. One idea, you need not work for 12 hours, like no 13 hours, 14 hours. You need to, a good manager, a good organizer, probably a small note is enough to take care of this organization for 7 days. Rest, this small thing can be tackled by the lower order, the delegation part. But first of all, you have to give the idea or execution or direction. That's why all those companies, CEO or MD or whoever this thing, they are being paid. They are not being paid for their qualification. They are being paid for their knowledge. Because if you want to handle 10,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs employee in an organization, until I have given a lecture that what is the role of a leader, leadership qualities. Leaders are not born or born, some leaders might be born, but leadership quality one need to develop it for execution. Even if you are not also physically present, because of your ideas, the whole organization is able to do some positive things and getting results. That is more important. Rather than you being present or not, that is irrelevant. If you want to give your time and energy, again 18 hours or 20 hours, where is the scope of your own thinking? That's why if you want to be a thinker necessarily means that a thinking process for your organization to bring that organization up to certain level, certain height, direction you want to give it. This is one part. That ideas, sorry, can be collective ideas, it can be companies' ideas, it can be of many things while you are getting the final product. You can imbibe that company's philosophy and give some value addition at it. That's why people recognize that this person has able to give this company from this level to that level. Similar way, society also, if you see all the prime ministers in Bengal, chief ministers in Bengal or any state or prime minister of India, we analyze each and every prime minister or chief minister, their contribution and evaluate it. Look, this person has done this thing, that thing. We can talk about the work, the achievement. Similar way, again, those things can be analyzed. Similar way, in an organization also, the time you give it for an organization, how much qualitative time you are giving it, that is more important. Your presence is not important at all. Similar way, after your death also, till why you remember Swami Vivekananda, why you forget your next generation who was there, he is giving. Can somebody tell me that who is your fourth generation grandfather? You might not be knowing it. You might be having a small statue. If you ask your next generation who is your grandfather or grandmother, you are not able to tell. What kind of lessons we are giving to our society, our own kid, that is what probably one need to see it. Look, Vivekananda died at the age of 39. Somebody is living for 100 years or 120 years. What is the greatness somebody is doing it? Ramanujan died at the age of 32. Many scientists, they have got Nobel Prize at the age of 25 to 32 in a great physics discovery. 32, we are not imagining, we are trying to enroll your PhD or master degree. Friends, what I was trying to tell about the whole thing, that it is not that how long you live in this mother earth. That is probably good for your family, that my somebody has left 100 years or 120 years for that matter. But what education we are giving our next generation, that whatever the contribution somebody has done, point out all those things. Forget about recalling names. I can challenge each Hindu family for that matter. That's why you have this Kundalika. Like, no, you go back and study and history. We don't know probably. I don't know probably. I know my father. I know my grandfather. I really do not know my grandfather father. Because it is not been told to us, not taught to us. Don't you have the curiosity of understanding or knowing who is your father's father's father? Where about the records? Friends, I am sorry to tell all those things, because I told you our society is a kind of a hypocritical society. We are very short. Our memories are very, very short. Because we talk about 2000 years of history. For what purpose we want to have 2000 years of history if you are not able to recall who is your father, who is your grandfather and grandfather's father? Look, I am sorry to tell all those things. When we talk about life, morality, ideas and all those things, we always expect I to be remembered. People should call me by name, or people should be making a statue at the end of the day. Talk about Rabindranath Tagore. I told many times, Rabindranath Tagore is not a believer of his own ideals. Talk about communism. They don't believe in ideals. But the first people, they make their own statue. Their followers, they are making their own statue. What is this hypocrisy is all about? Can any society tell me all those things? Rabindranath Tagore is a part of Arya Samaj. When Subhash Chandra Bose tried to put an ideal, Rabindranath Tagore opposed. After the death of Rabindranath, you have all those things, right? You cannot live in a hypocritical world. I am telling all those things with a full confidence that our society, especially these Bengali communities, are imposed in a kind of a morality bankruptcy of that whole lot of things. They are emotional. All those songs I have analyzed Tagore few days back. I told if you analyze each song of Tagore, it is full of, if you place in dialectical thought process, it has got no relevance for that matter except few songs. I like it because we like kind of sadistic thing in this society, that we want to be very sad and passionate. We don't talk about the building of nation. He has taken into all kind of dialectical thought process. His nationalism, internationalism, he is not able to place himself in a proper place. His entire literature is based on all kind of hypocrisy. If I take about all sadistic thing, he is not able to give any directions probably. He is used his emotions, no rationality. I do not know whether Tagore has got proper qualification for that purpose. Probably he has learned something, because he doesn't have proper education. He doesn't have the proper scientific understanding of something. That is what I feel. Even though he might meet Einstein, that is fine at the end of the day. When I critically analyze Tagore, I feel in present day, our Indian society, especially Bengal, should come out from this jink of Rabindranath, Jivanananda Das if they want to survive. They should not take all those things by heart if they want to develop their career, if they want to develop the nation. It is the time not to give all kind of Rabindranath, all kind of roadside musical thing probably. Hardcore analysis time is very, very important. If you are not able to give a proper direction or dialectical thought process for the society, it will be a dead society, I can tell you this much. Dead society, because it is gradually, it is going to paralyze, it will get into the coma part. What kind of philosophy somebody is holding, that is more important. Any political leader critically analyzed all those political leader, what is the philosophy they are holding in a science and rational thought process. That's why I want to tell you, each individual, whoever is qualified, they have a role to play for understanding our political system, education system. Finally, then they will be able to find out something, what I told about sustainable model or entrepreneurship by using their own wisdom and understanding. Otherwise, you will be living as a parasite. I told this terminology many times. You will be living as a parasite. How intelligent you are, how all those degrees you have, you might be proud of your degrees. I am not naming all those things. Will have enough time to discuss all those things, friends. So those things probably one need to really see that how good or how bad it is all about. Otherwise, your bad days will come. Finally, you have to settle down, you have to work. If government is not able to give job, then what options you have? Are you able to go and work in the field? The other worker, the way they are doing it? Are your mind is capable to do that? Yes, you can do it probably. You leave your ego a little bit. Everything will be fine. Right? You don't go to a spiritual leader not by seeing his educational qualification, right? You see the wisdom what you have. Probably that is what I want to reverse that wisdom in your own mind to develop it, because you have the knowledge, you have the power. You can exercise your mind by using this dialectical thought process and chaos theory. The day you understand yourself, you will never ever go to a spiritual place to gain or gather knowledge. Then you can question even the greatest philosopher in this world, because we are not considering. You are putting yourself in a very lower order. If you place yourself in a lower order, then means you are surrendering fast. Please don't place yourself in a lower order. That's why you give some time for yourself for analysis. When I talk about for your analysis means reading some books, that is one way is going to give you. Or you sit in front of nature, you see all kind of good things are happening. You mix up with, apart from human being, there are various other living objects are there. You see how they are living. They are not worried about like us. I told you many things, but they are enjoying their life. How beautiful bird sings if you go to nature. How the small insect, they also live, they multiply, they give protection. How rats are living, how cats are living, all crows. I have been doing this kind of animal emotions because I am becoming more philosophical in that sense, or spiritual, or I am using more wisdom because of I am seeing those worlds are very, very interesting. Even after you have your own beautiful house, own beautiful family, or beautiful kids, people are not happy. You have bank account, you have car, not one car, two car, three cars, four cars, five cars, 10 cars, 15 cars. You have big helipad, you have multi-storied building till you are crying at the end of the day. Because I have told you, this society is created artificially. This artificialness has brought into a level, and the materialism, the dialectical thought process is talking about the materialism, the materialistic world. So friends, I am going to cover up all those things. Probably I have spoken again close to 29 minutes over here. The whole idea of coming me and raising certain things, because India should come out from this many issues, their emotions. This Mayabad is destroying many things. This Maya is not a science. Maya you can keep at home while you are giving extra chicken or extra food or extra milk or extra fish to your own kid. But Mayabad you cannot apply for the society when you are thinking. That's why I told your mind has lot of compartment. You are, first of all, you are a human being. You are somebody's husband, somebody's wife, somebody's kid, somebody's father-in-law, somebody's mother-in-law. Many things you are role playing. Similar way, you need to act in a different way in different places. You don't act in front of your husband the way you want to act. The same act when you are doing it your grandfather or father-in-law or mother-in-law. We are a different person altogether in your kid. You more change your gear in different time. Similar way, human being, I talk about the emotions. Please keep it at home when you are doing professionalism. Don't bring it to political environment, those kind of emotions and passion. It has got no value. History is not going to evaluate somebody based on somebody's emotional. The way I've been analyzing history for 1885 and dissecting Mahatma Gandhi's role and all those things, putting into emotions. People might not be thinking, who is this small fellow is doing all kind of things. Probably one can read and dialectical thought process and chaos theory rather than getting into kind of spiritualism or Mayabad. I am not telling spiritualism is a bad thing for your personal life. It is a very, very good thing. Probably you want to keep your mind and soul little peaceful. It is absolutely fine. You're right. But politically, you have to be a pure mathematically correct person. You need to be a scientific, rational thinker. Otherwise, you cannot do it. History is going to judge somebody in a very bad manner. I can tell you this much. Friends, I have spoken here 33 minutes. I'll take one more video. These 3 videos are going to help me in understanding my poetic thoughts. I want to analyze my critically the poetry, what I have written in present day. I have written from 15 years to 22 years. After that, I have stopped writing poetry. So that is going to help in understanding the society, science and technology, knowledge and wisdom. Probably that is I'm going to talk about. I wish your wisdom should allow to analyze critically. I am ready to compare with the work has done Rabindranath Tagore, a 15 years boy like me when I was in 15 years. It can be compared with any kind of world literature, whoever is there in the 15 years, because I am today analyzing at my mid of my age all those things. Probably one need to think all those things. So I'm going to analyze all those things. That is going to help you. So what kind of emotions I have talked about, my ideas about the society that time, I'm going to speak about whole lot of things. So that this generation probably able to understand all those things in a rationality, what are the ideas I was holding, and that is going to give a direction for their future, what they want to do it. I want to repair individually, or I want to motivate individually through my speech, so that if they do not like it, it is fine, but I want to convince first that what I'm speaking, it is going to give them some direction. The liking and understanding or don't liking is their personal choice. Again, thank you very much. Have a nice day. I'll come to the my third presentation today. Thanks a lot. Bye bye. Take care.